Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Weekly Horoscope from the 1st of October to the 7th of October. And this is for you coming from Sagittarius. So let's start with the first, which is a Sunday. And it's going to start very well and it's going to end very well. You've got 24 hours at your disposal to do the best that you can to find the happiness, whether looking for romance, keeping your marriage happy, being out with your colleagues, bosses, or even with your business people. Morning, afternoon and evening period, the only thing I ask is try to not be a perfectionist and don't want to be too demanding and to take control too much. And evening session, try to not be too dominating. If you can handle these things in a proper manner, you'll find that the whole Sunday is going to be very fruitful for you and produce plenty of happiness as well. The second, which is a Monday, it starts very nicely for you coming from Sagittarius. And it produces plenty of opportunities for you in areas of emotions. It's a working day, so you got to be watch out that your emotional area doesn't take over and therefore you lose ground, you cannot meet your deadlines and you are not doing things according to logic and facts and figures. So try to, at place of work, be very much involved with factual areas. Don't allow your emotional areas to interfere. Otherwise deadlines can go missing and you will also find that you can't complete your work. Your evening and nightfall session for you and Sagittarius is not good. So you're going to have problems as the evening moves in, as the nightfall moves in. So watch out that somebody else could be very stubborn or could be rebellious, and you also could be rebellious or stubborn at the same time. And so situations will turn very bad if you're not careful in the evening nightfall session. These planets are also active in the daytime. But in the daytime, they are not staying there for long, so they hit and run and create problems, and then it blows up in your evening session and nightfall session. If you don't have to socialize, it's better for you to go home. For you in Sagittarius, the third, which is a Tuesday, is going to be brilliant to start with. Morning, afternoon, early evening periods, big plans in your place of work, big plans in business, you are in charge in marriage, you are in charge in romance, everything, people look up to you as well. But there's one planet roaming around, the planet that makes you very argumentative, the planet that makes you disrupt situations because you are argumentative and because you tend to be very hasty and impatient in how you do things. You become a spoiler, this planet. And so be careful, try not to behave that way which I've just described. Go slow, think carefully what you want to say, think carefully what you want to do, and you'll find that your morning, afternoon, evening is very good. Evening and nightfall period, this nasty planet starts to get stronger. And so he brings stress, he brings anxiety, he brings arguments, he brings difficulties of opinion, and most of all, he makes you a person who is somehow causing some trouble or another. It could be somebody else who's doing all these things, so move away from that somebody else. But if it's from you, to remind yourself what you heard from me and say, no, I'm going to shut up and I'm not going to talk too much and I'm not going to create problems. Otherwise, the evening becomes extremely bad, nightfall becomes extremely bad, accidents can also take place. The fourth Wednesday doesn't start well, and you have to be careful that it's not going to end well for you coming from Sagittarius. And so it starts in a way where things go wrong unexpectedly and suddenly, problems come in very quickly, differences of opinion, rebelliousness from you or from others. So the whole morning, afternoon and even early evening period is under stress and anxiety all the time. Deadlines are there, plenty of pressure on you. So you have to concentrate on what you are doing. There's no room to take it easy. During the evening and nightfall period, the planets that make your relationships and your partnerships very weak and very bad moves in. And so rebelliousness plus bad luck, it means that your romance can get into serious problem, marriage can get into serious problem, being out with whoever can become a very negative situation. You might as well just go back home and listen to good music and just relax rather than being in the company of people who you might alienate and who might go against you. The fifth Thursday starts very badly for you, morning, afternoon and early evening period, really badly. You can have bad news at work, you can have bad news in business. Before you leave home, things are going wrong already, and your relationships and your partnerships of all kinds are in trouble. You are being very argumentative, you are just a person who wants to take the lead and take control. Don't be anything of this type. let others take the control, be appreciative, ask them to take the lead. This way you can lie low, and these planets will be missing their bullets against you, and they won't be able to get you as their duty is on this 5th, which is a Thursday. And so you will be smarter than them. Lie low, let others take the lead, be the follower, and you'll get away from the trouble. I like your 5th Thursday evening and nightfall very much. Good to socialize, good to plan holidays, good to plan travel. You can meet people from another race or from another country. You can socialize very well. You have all the charm about you, and so you will do extremely well. But these negative planets of the earlier part of the day will try to find their way through as well. So don't allow yourself to argue. That's how it starts. And that way you will have a very enjoyable evening and nightfall period. The 6th Friday doesn't start well and is not going to end well for you coming from Sagittarius. So morning, afternoon, evening period, relationship issues are bad, marriage is bad news, a lot of trouble coming. It's not going to come from everywhere. So, but I mentioned areas which I feel are going to be possible. Place of your job, place of business, also trouble. So there's pressure all around looking to how to get to you. There are problems, and you will be tending to make mistakes, and you will be tending to say the wrong things. So be careful how you behave firstly, and that way you will lower the temperature and you will not allow things to get out of hand. Evening and nightfall period can be very depressive. You're unhappy because your program has been postponed, or people are not showing up, or the meeting has been cancelled. Things like that are very disappointing to you. You're frustrated. It's that kind of a outing. So you might as well just go back home and enjoy yourself at home rather than suffering all these possible mishaps and possible letdowns. On Saturday the 7th, that starts very well and is going to end very well. So you've got 24 good hours where you can do a lot of things on this Saturday. You can plan holidays, you can be on the lookout for travel, you can enjoy yourself with people of another race from another country. You can be in the group of people who help you a lot in areas of work or business or whatever. So morning, afternoon, early evening period, be out with people, be out with the people you love. Your evening and nightfall period also very good, and you're going to be very lucky in the sense that evening and nightfall period produces plenty of good luck with the people you meet. So be out and about in the evening and nightfall period, dress well, look good, behave well. You are attracting somebody, and that way you will find that you get something done very good throughout the whole day, and especially better during the evening and nightfall period. Well, that's the week for you. I'm already Skyping and I'm charging USD 50 to be able to predict your next 5 or 6 years in all areas of your life. It will be based on your date of birth and your time of birth, and looking at your palms and face reading you while I Skype with you, and using Kabbalistic Tarot if you want me to in the 90 minutes as well. So go to Facebook and go to Skype, or leave me an email and I'll come back to you. Let's get down to it. I want to make your next 5 or 6 years really tip-top for you, and the only way is to use your date of birth and time of birth and look at your palms and advise you how to go forward in all areas of your life. Until then, thank you and good luck.